Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. Tonight we're going to be playing Dragon's Lair Trilogy. This is a classic game series that quite a lot of us grew up with. Dragon's Lair was one of the first arcade games which had like almost like Disney-style animation done by Don Bluth, who many of you will probably remember from All Dogs Go to Heaven, the animator of that film, as well as Titan After Earth, things like that. So Dragon's Lair was a game I had as a kid on CD-ROM, and I was terrible at it. I probably will be in this stream too, but we're going to be going into all of these. We're going to check out some of Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair II, and of course, Space Ace. So we're going to be doing that right now. So let's just read through the description here, and we'll go right into Dragon's Lair, do a little bit of that, then go into Dragon's Lair 2, do a little bit of that, and then Space Ace. Play as the heroic Dirk The Daring, a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer, finding your way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits. Alright, so let's hop right into this. So there is some extras in the game, in the collection as well, which we will be checking out after we play a bit of the games. Extras include like interviews with the original designers of Dragon's Lair, stuff like that. So we'll check out those interviews at the ending. So I'm going to do a new game. We are going to pussy our way into this with 5 lives. Arcade mode or home mode? What's the difference between the two again? Oh, new scene when he dies? No, that's weird. Alright, so, yes. Alright, let's do it. And again, for the time period that this came out in, I believe it was 1993, this was considered to be highly immersive for a game. Because back then, 1993, you had mostly like really pixel art. So having a game like... What? How did I die there? I pressed the button. That was weird. Alright, I guess we're doing this from the beginning again. How odd. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know how I died there. That was very odd, because I did definitely... It registered my push. Oh, you have to do it... That's what happened. You have to do it twice. I'm an idiot. I pressed it once. There we go. Oh. The fire just came out of nowhere. That's interesting. So in total, if you were to watch this as a movie, this entire, all these video segments equals up to like a 10-minute animation. It's not even that long, not including the deaths. So if you were to include the deaths, I'm sure it'd be a lot longer. But in total, if you're watching it from beginning to end as an animation, and not simply as a game, it's literally about 10 minutes in length. So it's a really short movie, but quite a memorable game. You didn't even give me time there. You didn't even give me time to react. Come on. That's not fair. Like, we know it's coming now, so maybe we'll react better now. There we go. I always found that this character was such an idiot. I'm not gonna lie, he's a really annoying character for a main protagonist in a game. I actually preferred Space Ace over him, to be honest. Ah, the bat. That's not a bat. Never mind. I swear there was one where it's like a bat attacking you. Oh my god, come on, man. I know that time I hit the button, so maybe I just hit it a tad bit too late. Let's try that again. Damn. Even in modern times, this game is so unforgiving. Like, holy shit. You just have to be right on the... It's one of the most quick, fast... fastest quick-time event games in the world, I think. Because a lot of them give leniency. Give you time to react. Dragon's Lair never did. It's like, dude, you press this button right now. If you don't, you're dead. That's it.
Save me!
Stunning voice work, as always. What is with his grunting? It's kind of annoying. Oh yeah. I screwed that up. All right, let's try that again. Some of the rooms are weird. Ah, shit. God damn it.
Save me!
I actually remember this now, the Headless Horseman guy. So random. Oh shit. Damn it. For some reason I thought I was gonna have to use my sword there. I mean, it's a guy coming up to me with a club. I didn't think I was gonna have to dodge him. I suppose that makes sense, though. Okay. I don't know who voices Dirk the Daring, but they're really annoying. Oh, Lord. You're not even giving me, like, a second to react. You're just assuming that I know what button to press. Crazy. There we go. Oh. Damn it!
Hi.
Hello, Cyberpunk fan. How are you doing? You just distracted me and I died. How does that make you feel? Oh, I'm just joking. How you doing, buddy?
Was just playing Witcher 3.
Nice. I'm dying in Dragon's Lair. I'll make it through this game and get the princess. I will. It just might take me a little bit of time here, but the quick time events are very fast.
Not done Cyberpunk yet.
I was just watching Vic Lucas from Electric Playground play Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch 2. That was pretty impressive. I mean, the Switch 2 is actually pretty impressive little piece of hardware. Definitely is capable of playing PS5 games, that's for sure.
I prefer the PS5 graphics.
It's the same. There is no difference in terms of graphics. If you compare the Switch 2's visuals with the PS5, it's identical. So for those of you just joining us, Dragon's Lair was a game that released in 1993. It was on arcades and also on PC. Released, I think, a year later afterwards on CD-ROM for PC. And really cool game, really cool concept, especially for 1993, where most of the games were pixelated. Dragon's Lair used a realistic approach when going with a animated segment, all done by master animator Don Bluth, who is best known for the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven, Titan After Earth, and a whole bunch more. So this was before Don Bluth started working for Disney, and was working for, I believe, one of the guys who helped make this game worked for Atari. And really neat how, like, all of your QuickTime choices affect the story. A really cool game. For its time, it was a really cool game. It was unique. It was different. Nobody had seen a game quite like this in that time. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sure you'll find another one. Wow, that was an epic fail. Let's try that again. There we go. Just a little too late on the last round. Oh, what? Come on, dude. I know I hit that in time. You're just being nasty to me now. There we go.
The smoke advisory is ticking me off.
I mean, it's a forest fire, dude. What do you? It's a fire. What do you want? Shit happens. You should be more concerned about all the people that are losing their lives because of a fire more than a smoke advisory.
Why do PPL do D?
Shit! Shit! Shit!
Stupid things.
Oh man, that was so dumb. I literally knew the button I was supposed to push, and I pushed the wrong one. Aw. Alright. Dude, how many times have we died now? Holy shit. I mean, we're getting close to the ending, because this game's not terribly long, but...
Blackburn forests, what about the skunks, the deer, bears, and birds?
I don't know, man. Kind of concentrating on not dying. And so far, it's not been successful. Alright, let's try that again. Wow. I remember back in the day when this game didn't have Wow, okay. I remember back in the day when this game did not have continues, and I remember having it for PC as a kid, and getting so frustrated with the game, because anytime you died in the original Dragon's Lair, you'd have to start the game from the very beginning. The very beginning. There were no checkpoints. There were no save games. Once you died, you had to play from the very beginning, every time. Not like this remaster. This remaster is very lenient. No, it's Dragon's Lair. It's a animated game from 1993. Wow, that's... Ask your dad, he'll know all about it.
Save me!
Her voice acting is so bad. How many more rooms do we have? Like oh, here we go. I think this is close to the ending, actually. I hate these guys. These guys were so annoying.
America Pie.
America Pie? What are you talking about? American Pie? The movie? What does that have to do with anything?
Oh my goodness, it's Dragon's Lair.
It is Dragon's Lair. Hey Aiden, how are you doing, buddy? I was looking on my console's library for things to play.
Movie on May 30th.
I was on my PlayStation looking for things to stream, and I was like, you know what? I got this Dragon's Lair remastered collection, which has Dragon's Lair 1 and 2 in space, eh? So I was like, well, why don't we stream all three of the games tonight?
Did you get my pony pics on Discord?
You sent them to the group, and I don't appreciate that, man. That's not cool. You're flooding Stu's group with pony pics. That's not cool. Like, that's his group, it's not my group. Don't do that, please.
Sorry.
It's disrespectful to all the other members.
I am sorry. Well, that's cool because now I am officially done with school for the year.
Oh, nice! Congratulations, dude! That's awesome!
I am sorry, everyone.
Well, you don't need to apologize to people in here. Oh my god. Died at the exact same spot again. What the hell? Let's try this again.
My time is coming to end with school.
Now, he hasn't been around to see all the spamming you've been doing. He's been busy. That's why he hasn't streamed in a little bit. There we go.
Oh.
Is that it?
Save
May 25th is graduation.
with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck.
Her voice acting is so bad.
The dragon use the magic sword.
What? She sounds like a 60-year-old woman trying to sound young. Oh my god. I mean, the impressive thing about this game was not the voice acting, obviously, but it was the animation. For 1990... damn it. For 1993, this game had amazing, amazing animation for a game. Good lord. We'll get there. Don't worry. We're there. We're almost there. We're at the dragon, man. We get unlimited continues anyway. We'll beat this yet.
Almac in high school I go to.
Oh. Please save
Oh, here we go again with the
cage is locked
Oscar award-winning
with
voice
a key.
acting.
The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
Why does she, like... when she's pointing and stuff, she's doing it all seductively. Like, it's so weird. Ridiculous.
Female has best voice acting. She kinda sounded like Charlie from Has Been Hotel but older. If you don't know, Has Been Hotel is an adult animated show that just got added on.
Yeah, I know about Has Been. I know what Has Been Hotel is. It's been around for a while. Ugh, excuse me. I need to remember this button press at the end. This is what's freaking screwing me up every time. Yeah, that button press is the thing that's screwing me up, because it's requiring perfect timing, like split-second timing.
Is Keanu Reeves in Witcher 3?
No, why would Keanu Reeves? No, why would he be in Witcher 3? No, he's not in Witcher 3. Just like Austin Powers isn't in Cyberpunk 2077 like you thought the other night.
Well, he played Johnny Silverhand.
That doesn't mean anything. What is The Witcher 3 has nothing to do with Cyberpunk. It's a totally different game. It's not even the same timeline.
I think Cyberpunk fan means Keanu Reeves, and no, he is not in Witcher 3.
No, he's not. I know what he means. I know what he means.
Please save me. The
Keanu
cage is
Reeves
locked
hasn't done...
with a key. The dragon keeps it.
Okay, dude, just because a game is made by the same company doesn't mean that they hire the same voice actors over and over and over. Come on, man. Just think before you talk.
Slay the
Come on.
dragon. Use the magic sword.
Is he dead finally? Oh my god, did we win? No. Not yet. Come on, we got this. Sweet! We have saved Princess Daphne from the evil dragon guy. There we go. That's the ending of Dragon's Lair. Oh, I got a high score. Okay.
They should have a VR for this. To be honest, there's a literal Team Fortress 2 dub of this and it is so funny.
A Team Fortress 2 dub of Dragon's Lair? Really? Interesting. Alright, so we're going to go back and we're going to go into Dragon's Lair 2, and then from there we're going to go into Space Ace, and then from there we're going to check out the making of Dragon's Lair. I clicked on the wrong thing. Did I? No, wait. Yeah, I want to go back. Select game. Alright, here we go.
Space.
Dragon's Lair 2 Timewarp! Dragon's Lair 2 Timewarp once again has you leading Dirk on a perilous quest, spirited away to a wrinkle in time by the evil wizard Mordroc. Princess Daphne will be forced to marry the wicked Mordroc unless Dirk can save her. Once the casket of doom is open, Mordroc will place the death ring upon Daphne's finger in marriage, and she will be lost forever in the time warp. Let's go. Director's cut?
Play Paw Patrol World.
I'm not gonna play Paw Patrol World. Please don't ask me again. What's the difference between the original and director's cut? It's not even telling me. Let's do original. Got all our 5 lives? Yes! Alright. Arcade cabinet. Alright, let's just go. Time your moves to match the flashing indicator. Make the right move at the right time to navigate through the scenes.
Kidnapped? My Daphne kidnapped again? Idiot! Don't cough! You better fight my daughter or else!
I love how Daphne's daughter is this like really grotesque fat woman. And she looks like an opera singer, like those stereotype opera singers that you see in the cartoons.
Idiot! Don't cough! You better fight my daughter or else! Coward!
Wait a minute. So Daphne was kidnapped in the exact same castle from the first game? That's crazy. Holy crap, lady, you don't need to follow me into the castle. It's fine, I get it. No. All of this was... No, it's not a movie. All of this was made for the game.
Dirk the Daring.
Ah. Damn it. I died again. Jesus. There we go.
You must be Dirk the Daring. Fetch me a drink from yonder well. Daphne's lost in the halls of time. A prisoner, she's under a spell. Hasten, lad, hurry. We'll get her back. Defeat the foul wizard. My brother in black.
Take that time machine. Come on, Dirk. Get the hell out of there. 88 miles per hour. Come on.
So, dear brother, you bring Dirk here. You can let your...
Damn it. But in answer to your question, Cyberpunk, all of this was animated for the game. It's not a movie. I'm sure there was a movie made of Dragon's Lair maybe at some point, I'm not sure. But all of this animation is literally made for the video game. The first video game was made in 1993. I believe Dragon's Lair II is 1994. So a year later.
Quick, boy! Through the glass!
Good Sir Knight, here to join us in a fight. Make way for the Queen, you see what I mean? Whee! Stop that bouncing! Off with the head! Off with the head! Assassin!
Princess Daphne is mine!
After that rabbit! Don't mind if I do! After that rabbit!
Oh, man. I was so locked in there. Damn it. Do I play Halo? Not on my PS5, not yet. In general, yes, I have played Halo on my Xbox.
Quick, boy!
It's not a bad game series. It just feels like a generic shooter like every other shooter. I don't know. You play one shooter, you kind of play them all. And Halo was kind of...
everything wanting to kill Dirk.
Good Sir Knight, here to join us in a
That is a good question. I don't know. Seems like everybody just doesn't want him to save Princess Daphne. Also, Timewarp was very weird because, like, the first game dealt with, like, random characters, random enemies, and the second game deals with a lot of Disney-related shit. Like, why is Alice in Wonderland in Dragon's Lair 2? It's so weird. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Really? Come on. I was so close.
Quick, boy! Through the glass!
Good Sir Knight, here to join us in a fight. Make way for the Queen, you see what I mean? Whee! Stop that bouncing! Off with the head! Off with the head! Assassin!
Princess Daphne is mine!
After that rabbit! Don't mind if I do! After that rabbit!
Was brilliant, the slimy toes, the gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the boragos and the moonras outraged.
What's Blade PS1 game like?
I don't know, I never played the Blade PS1 game.
No visitors.
I'm not really a fan of the Blade movies. I thought they were kind of corny.
Stop right there. One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
I don't know if any of you tuned into the PlayStation State of Play the other day.
Sometimes you ask weird questions. Why is that?
But yesterday, PlayStation had their State of Play, which advertised all the upcoming games coming out. And I gotta tell you, that James Bond game that they announced looks amazing. It's not based on any of the movies, it's actually based on the original books. And it looks really freaking good. I'm excited to play that. And that's not coming out until next year, sadly, but... Damn, did the gameplay ever look beautiful.
I can't wait to play 007 game.
Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks really good. Oh my god, come on, man. I keep forgetting how hard these games are. Even, like, I mean, I do remember as a kid, not...
2077 is getting a new DLC.
No, it's not. I can promise you it's not. They're done making Cyberpunk. I've told you this before, they're not working on Cyberpunk anymore. They're done with that game. They're working on The Witcher 3, dude. They're done with Cyberpunk. They've literally said it themselves.
I saw on it.
No, you didn't. You probably saw that a mod is coming out for Cyberpunk 2077. And you assumed that it was a DLC. It's not. It's a PC mod, guaranteed. CD Projekt Red themselves have stated numerous times they are done with Cyberpunk. They're not even focusing on it anymore. They got 2 other games they're working on right now. They're not going back to Cyberpunk 2077. They have no intentions of doing so. Oh my god. Did I just turn into a baby? What?
Go away! No visitors! Back!
Oh. Lord, I keep on hitting my sword button.
Go away! No visitors!
Witcher 4 is in making.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's not in making, it's almost done. It's supposed to be out,
One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
next year. I believe. Then Cyberpunk 2 is also in production, but they said it'll be out in 2030.
Hang on, brother. Don't eat him.
So, quite a while before we see Cyberpunk 2.
Look here. I'll get you the princess when you bring Eve to me.
It feels like the voice acting in this game is a lot better.
PS5 Witcher 4.
Probably PS5 and PS6. But am I wrong here? I feel like the voice acting in this game is so much better than Dragon's Lair 1.
2029.
Why are you saying nonsense right now? GTA 6 is not coming out in 2029. You're making stuff up. It's coming out next year. The CEO confirmed that it's literally coming out May of next year. So, spreading lies is part of the problem with gamers. A rum? You heard a rumor? Well, there's the problem. There's the problem. You're listening to probably a Reddit person. Look at the source. I don't know why gamers insist on listening to Reddit posts instead of the actual source. It baffles me. 2029. Fucking hell, man. It's coming out next year. May of next year. May 26th, I think it is.
No visitors.
Reddit is BS.
Well, any rumor sites are BS, because they're rumors. I don't know why you don't... If you're gonna look up gaming shit on like upcoming games that are coming out, go to the game developer. Don't go to the fucking random gamers who make up fucking bullshit. That's why you're feeding into it.
Away. No visitors. Back. Stop right there.
There's a lot of people trying to trash on GTA 6 because they're pissed off that it got delayed, and so a lot of people are spreading bullshit and they're spreading fake release dates because they're trying to get people to not buy the game. They want people to boycott the game because they think that, oh well, if we spread enough lies about GTA 6 saying, well, it's releasing in 10 years or whatever instead of next year, that people are going to boycott the game and not buy it.
Stop right there.
That's what's happening. And unfortunately, you are feeding into that.
bull crap a lot even when I was it killed my wormy by giving it sugar.
Look here, I'll get you the princess.
See, there's your problem. You literally believe Reddit is like the fucking news. That's crazy. You're too gullible.
Apple.
Holy shit, there's so much going on here at once. What a crazy game.
Ban Reddit.
No, it's not about banning Reddit. It's about using your brain and realizing what's true and what's false. It's got nothing to do with banning anything.
No visitors. Back.
God, how many times am I gonna have to redo this stupid scene?
Stop right there. One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
Is he supposed to be Cupid? Sounds very flamboyant for Cupid.
Back. Stop right there. One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
Do you play Magic the Gathering?
I used to. Back when I was a teenager.
Go away. No visitors. Back.
I used to collect Magic the Gathering cards. I might even still have some. I'm not sure.
There.
Maybe put away somewhere.
And you're finished. Ooh.
I started when I was 8 in 2015.
That's cool. Back when I was in school, it was mostly like Pong. Pong was the most popular back when I was in school. Kids were constantly trading, or not Pong. What am I? Pogs is what I meant to say. Pong. What the fuck? Pogs. Not Pong.
No visitors.
Pong. No, Pogs were very popular when I was in school.
One more step and
Kids
you're
would always
finished. Ooh.
trade Pogs.
What about Jax?
No.
Ticket to fame.
I'm not that old.
I'll give you the princess.
That's before my time.
Eve to me.
That's my mom's time. Jax was not popular when I was in school.
Halt.
Come on, we got this. We don't got it. Oh man, oh man. This game is a lot harder than the first game. Holy shit.
Visitors.
School sucks.
Stop right there.
There's too many button presses. Like, so the thing I'm noticing between Dragon's Lair 2 and Dragon's Lair 1 is there is so much happening in the second game
No visitors.
on the screen, and each segment is really hard because there's no checkpoints like there is in Dragon's Lair 1. So if you die, you're starting the entire segment from the beginning. That's not cool, man. That's that makes this even harder.
Hang on, brother. Don't eat him. Dirk here's our ticket to fame and fortune. Look here, I'll get you the princess when you.
I do find that not oh my god. I do find that not only
PL are destroying the back rooms, it's getting anonymous.
I do find that not only is there more voice acting in this sequel, but the voice work is a lot better than in the first game. It feels almost like in the first game they use like programmers for the voice actors, and in this game it feels like they found more professional talent.
Hang on, brother. Don't eat him. Dirk here's our ticket to fame and
I might be
fortune.
wrong, actually.
Look here, I'll get you the princess when you bring Eve to me. Eve. Apple.
Fuck! Oh my god, this is kind of pissing me off now. Every time, it's always that exact one that I'm failing on. Out of all of them.
Back. Stop right there. One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
Hang on, brother. Don't eat him. Dirk here's our ticket to fame and fortune. Look here, I'll get you the princess when you bring Eve to me. Eve. Apple.
Don't rage quit.
Oh, I'm not gonna rage quit. I don't do that.
I see on it that PPL do that.
I think we got it. We got it! Sweet! Oh, Beethoven. This segment was really cool, but really hard. I remember this. I vaguely remember this from the second game. I'm also gonna get a copyright strike now.
They play COD, they throw PS5 out the window.
Yeah, I gotta say, Dragon's Lair 2 is a lot more inventive than the first game. Like, really impressive over the first game. The first game was kind of generic and basic. This one's kind of like pulling out all the stops, isn't it? And not the easy stops either. Oh man. Stupid cat.
Why
Alright.
would you get a strike?
Oh. Turned into a troll. So it seems like he's going throughout different periods in history. I don't quite understand the Alice in Wonderland world or the Cupid world. That doesn't make any sense for time travel. But certainly Beethoven makes sense.
It's the Judge Judy theme.
No, it's okay. It's Beethoven. It's Ludwig von Beethoven. It's not the Judge Judy. I mean, it's used in Judge Judy. That doesn't mean it's the Judge Judy theme.
But they used it on Judge Judy.
They use the Beethoven theme on a lot of things. Or the Beethoven music on a lot of stuff. It was also in the movie Beethoven, with that stupid dog. The Saint Bernard. It's a popular score. Very popular score. Wait, are we having to do this segment for the entire song? It looks like we are. That's crazy, because this song is pretty long. Oh, there we go. We're in Egypt now. Interesting. We're not in Egypt now. Interesting.
Like Rick Astley is popular.
We found her this time, boy.
Why do I feel like this is not Princess Daphne that we're following the voice of?
Give you up.
There's no way this is Princess Daphne in this location of all places.
Dirk, I'm in here.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me, woman. Oh. What? Sir, I am not a popsicle. You can't just pick me up and do that.
We found her this time, boy.
All right. Ah, crap.
We found her this time, boy.
The thing about these games is, so the original game, just so you know how hard the original game was.
Princess Luna.
I don't know who Princess Luna is. I'm assuming you're talking about Paw Patrol or something, or My Little Pony. I don't know. That's all you'd seem to discuss. And so the answer is no to both. Princess Daphne is the character in this game, and I don't think it's her. I think it's one of the enemies luring him to her.
Princess Luna is a My Little Pony character.
Yeah, so why would she be in this? Like, this is a game from the 90s. This is not a game from...
Hurry, son, hurry! Oh, it's hot! It's hot! Dirk, do something! Oh!
What? You have missed some treasures. You must go back to retrieve them before you can continue your quest.
She does do voice acting.
I didn't realize we were supposed to... What? Hold on. You have to collect treasures on your... Oh my god. I think I might skip this game. That's crazy. Oh, no way. No. No. Hell to the no. Instead, I think what we're going to do for Dragon's Lair 2 is we're going to watch the game devs play it, because I don't even understand that. We'll turn off the deaths. We'll just watch the gameplay and see exactly where these treasures are, because I didn't even know we were supposed to be collecting treasures all throughout this. That's nuts. Oh, what? Okay, so there was the bow. So when it tells me to hit down, I was supposed to hit right? That's crazy. I would have never thought that. I gotta be honest, that's kind of uncool. Like, to go from the first game, which has you, you know, pushing the buttons that flash, as opposed to the second game where it's like, well, I mean, not this time around. You want to look for the treasures. and then press the buttons that flash.
Oh, shut up!
Yeah, that's not cool to me. That's not cool. Wait, was that the whole game? No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I have to go to play all. I'm an idiot. Alright. So, let's watch the playthrough of this by the devs. Because as I said, I playing through when I was doing it, I didn't realize I had to get any treasures. Because I don't think when I was a kid, so I had Dragon's Lair 1, but I don't think I ever bought Dragon's Lair 2. I remember seeing gameplay of it for sure, but I never bought it. Okay, so there's the bow and arrow.
You can run, boy, Bruce. You cannot hide. You must be Dirk the Daring. Fetch me a drink from yonder well. Daphne's lost in the halls of time. A prisoner, she's under a spell. Hasten, lad, hurry. We'll get her back. Defeat the foul wizard. My brother in black.
I'm not seeing any more treasures yet, so I'm assuming they're further on, but that's crazy. That's a lot of extra steps. I mean, you're already dodging everything and doing the QuickTime events so quickly that I can't imagine sitting there and looking out for treasures on top of that. That's kind of nuts. That makes this game already 10 times harder.
Go get her!
Alright, so I don't think we're gonna go through Space Ace. I'm not gonna go back and collect all the treasures. That's crazy. That's gonna take too much time. So I think what we're gonna do after we watch this video is we'll go into Space Ace. Because I know that with Space Ace, there's no treasure collecting. It's just going back to like Dragon's Lair 1 style gameplay. Except a bit better. Because Space Ace was obviously in space and dealt with science fiction stuff. Yes. Yeah, Space Ace is in space.
Quick, boy! Through the glass!
Oh, that's how he ended up in Wonderland? By going through the glass? That's weird.
Stop that bouncing!
Hmm.
Off with the head! Off with the head! Assassin!
Princess Daphne is mine!
After that rabbit! Don't mind if I do! After that rabbit!
I'm still not seeing too many spots where the treasures are. Like, I've seen a few flash that he grabbed, but for the most part, I'm not seeing many spots where the treasure is going to be in here. And there could have been, like, more instructions into that when you go into the game saying, well, you need to collect these treasures, otherwise you're not going to be able to get past certain areas in the game. And it doesn't mention that at all, so that's kind of odd.
Go away. No visitors.
Kind of an odd choice.
Back. Stop right there. One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
Such a weird game.
Hang on, brother. Don't eat
Okay, so that was the apple. So when I was hitting right, to do the QuickTime event, I was supposed to hit left and right. That's crazy. Yeah, there's the apple again. The one that flashes for a split second.
Mine.
Oh no! Oh dear! Dear! Oh my goodness!
But yeah, out of all the games, all three of them, I do think that Space Ace is definitely my favorite. It was just cool. I don't know, it was just cool. This is neat too, this Beethoven segment. I like that. That's very creative. But I still say that Space Ace is my favorite out of all three of them. I just wasn't a big fan of Dirk the Daring. I thought he was a putz.
Daphne's mine! You fool!
That cat-eyed mad.
That cat is mad? Yeah. I think it's supposed to be the cat from Alice in Wonderland. That it's leaked into Beethoven's timeline through the time machine. Because whenever Dirk uses the time machine to escape into a different realm, he's bringing parts of the other realm. Yeah, that is the Mad Cat. That is the Cheshire Cat. You can see the pattern on its ear. That is the cat from Alice in Wonderland. That's crazy. So every time he escapes in the time machine, he's bringing different villains from each timeline into the next timeline. See, now he's back on the time machine again. And it looked like the Cheshire Cat got on the time machine before he went to another timeline. So I wonder if the Cheshire Cat will make another cameo in the Egypt location.
Dirk, I'm in here.
Again, I don't know if this is all flashing by so quickly, but I'm not seeing many of these treasures anywhere. I'm looking at the flashing, and I've seen a few so far, but certainly not the amount that they were asking for when I got that cannot continue screen. So that's interesting.
Hurry, son, hurry! Oh, it's hot! Hot! Do something! Oh! You fool! You want Daphne? Go get her!
Oh, so we were right close to the ending, too. That's crazy. So that's why it kicked me out, because that's why Amazon, it's a point-and-click adventure game with puzzles. Heavily based off of Mist and Riven. Which, by the way, Mist and Riven just came out in their classic style for PS4 and PS5 today. So if you want to try out the classic Mist and Riven games in their original context, they're available on PlayStation Store for about $5. And that's the ending? So we were right at the ending of the game. We would have, had we collected some of the treasures, we would have gotten to this part. Interesting. What is going to happen? Why is her voice is her voice is always so raspy. Yeah, that's not dangerous at all. Let's let all the kids play on the time machine that can alter reality. What a great plan! Alright, yeah, that's crazy. I think we're gonna go into Space Ace. That's too crazy for me, man. Too much work. Alright, so let's exit out of there. We'll go into Space Ace. In Space Ace, you play the heroic Ace who must stop the evil Commander Borf from taking over the Earth. Borf plans to reduce all of humankind to infants and take over the planet. Only 2 people have the courage and strength to stop Borf and save Earth: the beautiful Kimberly and the heroic Ace. But as they approach Borf's stronghold, Ace is hit by the Infanto Ray, changing him into a child. Kimberly is kidnapped by the evil madman. The fate of Earth is in your hands.
Oh, far out.
Alright.
I'm just kidnapped by aliens, that's all.
5 lives, of course. Yes. Arcade cabinet off. Difficulty. Yeah, we're good. Let's do it, man.
There's Borf's ship.
Close main wing.
Shit. Wrong
There's
button.
Borf's ship.
Close main wing.
Jesus. I mean, it's still as challenging as Dragon's Lair 1.
Close main wing.
Just not as challenging as Dragon's Lair 2, which you have to find all those stupid treasures in.
There's Borf's ship.
Close main wing.
Kimberly, come in. Are you okay?
Oh, sure. I'm just kidnapped by aliens, that's all.
I'll save you, Kimmy.
Get me out of here!
Okay.
Wah! Whoa! Ah!
You cannot win.
Damn it.
Kimberly, come in. Are you okay?
I tried.
Sure.
It's the important thing.
Aliens, that's all.
I'll save you, Kimmy.
Get me out of here!
Wah! Whoa! Space station, request permission to land. Aha! Borf is here.
Alert. Unidentified personnel on level 1.
Whoa! Ah!
Seal off all exits to level 1.
Whoa!
far out.
Jesus. That time, that was interesting because I hit the right button, but my stupid hand freaking hit against the other button, so it registered the wrong button. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. Thank God for auto saves, or rather checkpoints. Otherwise, we would have to do the level at the very beginning, which would not be fun. Jesus.
Turn back.
Turn back, dweeb? Okay. I think that's where I died last time. Oh, creep is what he's saying. It sounded like he said dweeb the first time around. Yeah, for QuickTime games, I feel like the Dragon's Lair games and the Space Ace game are probably some of the most hardest QuickTime events in a game ever. And I mean, it would have been even worse in the arcades, which is where these originally debuted. You would be spending a lot of quarters trying to complete these games. I mean, they were very unforgiving.
Whoa! Kenny!
Beware your dark side.
Okay. Jesus. Did he eat me? The hell was that? Did he eat me, or did he just have KFC? What's going on?
Your dark side.
What happened there? Oh yeah, there we go. Dude, you're like literally blowing yourself up to pieces. I hope you realize this. You're not a very smart enemy.
Whoa! What?
Ooh.
Dexter!
Wow! No! Yikes!
Holy shit, that wasn't a lot of time to transform at all.
Whoa! What?
That was literally a split-second decision.
Yikes!
I have to spam that one.
Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Papa.
Thanks. I'll walk. Dexter, the Infanto ray is about to be fired at Earth.
Call me Ace, huh? Where's the ray located?
Oh.
You cannot win.
Damn it.
Whoa! What?
Dexter!
Now think of it this way, this remaster gives you a lot more opportunities than the arcade game did. In the arcade game, I think you had 3 lives. Hey James, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. We're just playing Space Ace. We've already played a bit of Dragon's Lair and Dragon's Lair II, Timewarp. Now we're going into Space Ace. These classic 1990s animated QuickTime events. they feel less like a game and more like QuickTime events, but they do affect the story, so I guess they are a game. Because if you don't hit the right QuickTime event, you die. So it is very much an interactive movie. Damn it.
You cannot win.
I know. I figured that out a long time ago when I died 700 times.
Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Papa.
Thanks. I'll walk.
You're walking with all these enemies trying to kill you.
Call me Ace, huh?
You're not very smart, Daphne.
Complex.
Can you get us in there?
Yes.
Lug nuts. Dwarf know I'm here?
Yes, and he's geared.
Yeah? What
Let's say we shoot Dwarf with his own Infanto.
Why, yes.
What say we...
Even when you're Space Ace, you're...
camping right now, but luckily they got good Wi-Fi here.
Oh, nice! Well, that's good at least. You can watch me die 101 times. I'm not gonna rage like Stu, but, I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda getting annoying.
Dexter, you're late.
Wow. Good lord.
Dexter!
I can't even imagine playing this on an arcade cabinet. I feel like playing this on an arcade cabinet. You're here till Monday? Nice. Is the weather at least good? Oh my god. In the exact same spot too. That's crazy. Wow. We'll get through this. I've already beaten this game before, so I know we can get through it. May take us a couple of tries.
Dexter! Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Papa.
Thanks. I'll walk. Dexter, the Infanto ray is about to be fired at Earth.
Fuck!
We got a RV. I could never camp in a tent.
You could never camp in a tent? I used to camp in tents when I was a kid, and I didn't like it much either. I think the last time I live streamed, you were saying that you were camping as well, so you must have been there for a while. Jesus, that literally that QuickTime event itself that I keep on dying on, that requires lightning fast reflexes. To the point where I need to really hammer this button just to be able to pass it.
Just got here today. I think I was telling you I'm going.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, that's probably what it was. You were telling me last time you were going. Yeah. Glad that the weather's good at least. So nothing worse than going camping and it's thundering and lightning and raining the entire time.
Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Papa.
Thanks. I'll walk. Dexter, the Infanta ray is about to be fired at Earth.
Yes, huh? Where's the ray located?
In the center of the complex.
Can you get us in there?
Yes.
Lug nuts. Dwarf know I'm here?
Yes, and he's geared for battle.
That's gotta be the stupidest thing he asks her
Get serious.
in this segment.
Make a right.
Borf, no, I'm here. I mean, you've only got about 1,000 enemies after you. Why wouldn't he know you're there? Those are all his enemies. Borf, no, I'm here. No, not at all. He's just sending like every enemy under the sun to kill you.
You cannot win.
Not to mention, you know, he says that every time I die. Fuck. Oh, man. Now, I can't see Stu playing these. I would love to force him to play them, just to see his reaction. And to see how quickly, before he takes his keyboard and smashes it against his monitor.
Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Hop on.
True, I'm not even a camping person and I never like going, but I go for my family.
Is about to be fired at Earth.
That's fair. That's commendable.
Where's the ray located?
In the center of the complex.
Can you get us in there?
Yes.
Lug nuts. Dwarf know I'm here?
Yes, and he's geared for battle.
Ah! Okay, that sucked, man, because that time I know I hit that button. That's bullshit. Am I gonna be on this screen for the rest of my life? Oh, Lord. Starting to get really ticks off here. This game is not forgiving.
Dexter, you're late.
Call me Ace, huh? Hop on.
Shit. And I was thinking of going back to the options menu and seeing if there was an option to, like, make the quick time a little bit easier or something.
Screaming Dexter over and over and him asking stupid questions.
Right. Yeah, asking, like, does Borf know I'm here? Yeah. No, yeah, right? That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, man. I really want to finish this, but this is, do we really want to deal with watching the same scenes over and over is the question. I guess we could try one more time, and if we can't get through it, then we'll just have the devs finish the game for us. What are we at here? 1 hour and 27 minutes?
Dexter!
See, that button press is ridiculous. That's the one that really pisses me off, because it flashes, and by the time it flashes, you're already dead. So the timing on that button press is terrible. Like, really bad.
Dexter, you're late.
Which is why you have to hammer on the button, just to get past it.
I'll walk. Dexter, the Infanta ray is about to be fired at Earth.
Yes, huh? Where's the ray located?
In the center of the complex.
Can you get us in there?
Yes.
Lug nuts. Dwarf know I'm here?
Yes, and he's geared for battle.
Let's say we shoot Dwarf with his own Infanta.
Why, yes.
Would say we have dinner tonight.
Get serious.
I am.
Make a right.
Fuck!
You cannot win.
It's so stupid, because, like, the buttons... literally, you don't... So, okay, that's bullshit. That I know I pressed the button in time on that one. Okay, so the thing is with normal QTE games, QuickTime, they're called QuickTime event games. Normally, like, let's use perfect example, I guess, would be Shenmue, maybe the Yakuza series, or even God of War. In all of those, they use QuickTime events, but they give you time. Not a lot of time, but they give you a decent amount of time to press the button. In Space Ace and in Dragon's Lair, specifically Dragon's Lair II, Dragon's Lair was a little bit more lenient. We managed to beat that game today. We had to do a few continues, yes, but Dragon's Lair 2 is ridiculous. And then Space Ace, it works and it doesn't. So certain times in Space Ace, they give you enough time to press the button, and then other times it's like, boom, nope, too late. You're already too late. So they'll flash the button, and as they're flashing the button you press, you're already at a game over screen. So it feels like the timing of these QTE events is off. Because so for Space Ace, it's weird because like it works for a while, and the timing's just fine. And then as you get to this part in the game, the timing is totally thrown out the window, and you're just kind of screwed. You're just like, well, when do they want me to press the button? Because like as soon as it flashes to press that button, you're already dead. So it's flashing at the wrong time. It should be flashing like a couple of seconds earlier so that you have time to press the button, but instead it's flashing.
Dragon Lairs I know is the awfulness one.
This is the original. So I've never played the NES one. I think I have it on my NES, my SNES Mini, but I've never actually played it, and I don't know if I want to. I'll be honest. After playing this one tonight, I think I will retire from Dragon's Lair after I'm done with this stream. Retire for the near future.
Dexter!
See, these buttons are fine. This here, where we have to hammer, that's ridiculous. That should not be happening.
Dexter, you're late.
This is fine. This is fine.
I'll walk. Dexter,
see, all of this is going back to being fine again. But then,
where's the ray located?
Once we get past this firing sequence,
can you get us in there?
Yes.
It goes back to being stupid again.
Yes, and he's geared for battle.
Let's say we shoot Worf with his own infantor.
Why, yes.
Would say we have dinner tonight.
Get serious.
I am.
Make a run.
Watch out, Worf, old buddy. Here we come.
Dexter!
Call me Ace, huh?
Oh, we did it! Oh my god. 16 years later.
Use the aqua
Here. He's in the tank.
You're really having fun with those buttons, sir.
Kimmy! Come on!
Trying straight ahead.
We're finally making progress, guys! This is awesome! We might actually beat this now. Wait, are we at the final boss battle with Borf already? How short is this game? This is awfully short if we're at the final boss battle with Borf. Oh. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a attack, not a duck. Oh well. We'll get this. I don't know why that one didn't register. Maybe I didn't press it fast enough for them?
Tammy, Dexter.
Tammy, Dexter, yeah. At least we won't forget their names anytime soon. Unfortunately.
Kimmy!
Oh, it's Kimmy, by the way, not Tammy. Kimberly. I know it sounds like he's saying Tammy, but it's actually Kimmy. With a K. What? She literally stops my fighting to tell me bullshit about the Infanta way that... That distracted me way too much when she just randomly said nonsense. Because for some reason I thought, oh, well, that's it. It's gonna go into a cutscene. Lady, at this point, I don't even want to save you. I find you're a bit of a nuisance. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you need saving. Why don't we just end you? I'll run off into the sunset with Borf. Fuck!
Turn back.
Oh my god, this game is driving me bananas. See, every time... Why does he get bigger and smaller? He's... Oh, you mean Dexter? See that gun that Borf is using? Anytime he hits you with it, it turns you into a child. So when he's a grown man, that's his normal age. Once he gets hit with the ray, he becomes a kid.
Dexter, the Infanta ray is...
Take that.
I see.
Run! Take...
What the fuck just happened? It made me press two buttons at the same time. That made no sense. The worst part is we're right at the ending of the game too. So I think at this point it's worth it to grind until we see the ending and not just give up. Fuck. It blows me away that these were on arcade cabinets. Mainly because they were quarter suckers. I mean, when you think about it, because... Okay, so... in this version of the game that we're playing, the remastered version, we have 5 lives. In the original arcade game, you only had 3 lives. And then you couldn't continue. There was no option to continue from where you left off. You would put in those quarters and you would have to start the game from the very beginning every time you died. So when these games were made, they were literally made to be the quarter suckers. Like they were literally made to make gamers in the arcades just throw away their money on this cabinet. It's crazy. I mean, I don't think if this game existed in arcades today, say that if this game was just made today, it released in some arcades, not that there's many arcades that exist anymore in the world, but say that it released today, and it released to arcades today, it would flop considerably, because nobody would want to stand there and waste billions of quarters on a game that has you dying constantly. I mean, I guess we get it in Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, but it's a little bit better than this. See, that, again, there's certain times where the button's just not registering, and I don't understand why. So I'm hitting the right button. The only thing I can think is that I'm hitting it like a second too late.
Take that. Run! Run! Take that.
Did we win? Ah, we won. Oh, thank God.
Screaming Dexter playing this. In fact, I am just watching it low.
We won, man. James, don't worry. We don't have to hear it anymore. We don't have to hear it anymore. We finally won. There we go. Look at that. We won the game. And matter of fact, in honor of how much we won, I think a suitable name is required. So we got the high score of fuck. There we go. So there we go. All right, so that was Space Ace. I don't know, and it looked like it said 1983 on the bottom there when it released. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these games are from the 80s. I thought they were from the 90s. Credits. Let's take a look at something here. Oh, it doesn't give the date. So maybe if we go back to the menu, it'll give us a date as to their releases. No. Okay. Well, it was worth a try. All right. I feel like Let me look at Space Dragon's Age Lair for a second. I just want to look at the intro here. We're not actually going to go back into this because we already beat it tonight, but I'm just curious the release year, because I thought it was the 1990s, and I'm beginning to think I'm wrong. Play game. I don't care. Play game. I don't need to know the instructions. Okay, of course they don't have an intro. That's crazy. All right. All right, so that doesn't work. All right, so while we're in Dragon's Lair, we're going to look at the interview under the special features. And wait a minute. Is that that's a tracked video would be the trailer. 1983. Okay, wow. I was way off. I said 1993. So then wait a minute. When was Space Ace made? Let's quickly look at the dates here on the track trailers, and then we're going to go into the interview with the creators of the game. Because that's interesting. I didn't think that they were that old. I thought they were from the 90s. Pirate animation.
Dragon's Lair. Timewarp.
1988.
Oh, Daddy!
Alright, so I was off on that too, but 1988 is a lot longer than I thought it was. So Dragon's Lair 1 was 1983. That's 5 years later for Dragon's Lair 2 Timewarp. What is pirate animation? Is that animation they never used in the game? Oh yeah, it is. Oh wow. Interesting. Huh. So these would have been Don Bluth's original concept art, all compiled together with tags for what the player would have had to press. That's interesting. It would have been cool if they animated this sequence and put it into the game for the remaster. I know I feel like that would have been too much work, to be honest, but I mean that would be cool. Oh, these are all the deaths. That's cool. Alright. Interesting. So then... Now the only thing left to figure out is when Space Ace released. Which now I'm beginning to wonder if Space Ace was 1983 as well.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidnapped by aliens, that's all.
Yeah, okay, alright. Alright. So, Space Ace and Dragon's Lair 1 were both 1983, with Dragon's Lair 2 being 1988. That's crazy. I mean, these games are amazing. For the 80s? I didn't think that they were made in the 80s. That's crazy that they're that advanced for 80s games. You don't see that. Now I understand their legacy a little bit more, because I thought it was the 90s. And in the 90s, we were just getting into FMV games and all that kind of stuff. So the 90s would have made sense for something like this. But learning that it's from the 80s, that's damn impressive. Anyway, we're going to watch the interview with Don Bluth and the other guys who created the game. And we'll take a look at this. If we have any questions during this, I'm going to mute my mic, but if we have any questions during this, I'll unmute and we'll talk about it.
Which was a roll of cash register paper, and it would just roll it forward and backwards like a player piano. And there were hundreds of hand-painted pictures and text on each on this roll of cash register paper, and the computer would roll it to the one it wanted, stop, and then a light would light up behind, and there was this dark smoke glass, so you couldn't see it until the light lit up. And
so it was mechanical and computer.
Yeah, mechanical and computer.
How long before? How long before you came to us? Was that going months before or a year before?
It's probably more than 2 years before.
Wow.
And then after that, we took it to the toy companies, and they all loved it, and they had no idea how they would print that cash register paper. They had none. They said, we have no idea how we could do this, how we can manufacture it. And then, so I thought, well, we came up with what I call the Rolodex. And this thing was huge, this big, giant Rolodex with double cards. And it would go flipping through these hundreds of cards on each reel, and then stop, and then either this light or that light would light up, same thing with the smoke glass, and you would make your decision.
Determined, weren't you?
Well, I thought it was fun. Then we came up with the first Laserdisc version, which was still pictures. We evolved because for any given scene, we might have 5 or 6 stills, and we had, for the first time, live voice. And then that led to Dragon's Lair for the coin-op, and we're saying, okay, well, if we're going to do this for coin-op, because we were also developing coin-operated games, and we said, well, if we're going to take this thing, at that time it was called Secrets of the Lost Woods, and that became Dragon's Lair. And Dragon's Lair was just a working name, and you know how that goes. It stuck. If you recall, we had demonstrations and things working when you guys came out to show it to you, and I think the biggest point was when we saw The Secret of NIMH, and I just went, wow, this is an incredible movie film, because I forgot that it was an animated film.
So you pitched the Rolodex.
And called you.
I still remember the day you and Jim Pierce came to the studio, and when you guys left, we all looked at each other going, what are they talking about? I mean, it was just a different world, and all the way through it. I mean, probably, if you remember, you came to us, I think, in October of '82, mm-hmm. and we jumped on it right away. And Don started thinking about designs and stuff like that, and then you sent over your first continuity of a sequence, and then he started asking questions like, "Wait a minute, we're going to go to there's a moment any time during this little sequence of this particular room where he might die. We have to come up with ways of branching the
nomenclature, though, and we would say, this is a threat moment, this is a resolve moment. This is a new threat moment, this is a resolve moment. So we kept saying threat, resolve, threat, resolve. The one that you got me, because I was really out to lunch, was you said, even after you finish the animation, we're going to have to program it. And I thought, a program? Yeah, I know what a program is. You read it when you go to the theater. But I didn't know what programming meant, you know, and I knew that there was somewhere down in San Diego there was something weird going on. That's all I knew.
Well, it started with Rick's team, but then it...
Yeah, I think there was an awful lot of...
So as I recall, Rick Dyer, I think he worked for Atari. I remember hearing his name in the Atari collection that I streamed with Stu. I feel like he was involved in Atari at the time.
We had the scripts, we had the artists that were doing all these concepts and so forth, and for the most part our team had no clue about the art of animation.
True.
And so they were coming up with things that may or may not have been animatable at all from your own standpoint.
Yeah, it was sort of like we were lobbing stones at each other over a fence because we didn't know. I didn't understand your world at all, and then there was some reticence on what we were doing up there. So each was doing its own thing, what we were familiar with. We with animation, and they with the electronics. But also, Rick has a good sense of story and character, and so that's what I think was sustaining what was going on in your company. And then we were kind to grab the ball and run with it, but not knowing exactly what they were going to do with it when we reached the goalpost. Anyway, I think Dragon's Lair, the first one, would have been even better than it was, I think, if we understood each other's kingdoms a little bit better. But it was a moment of getting acquainted and we knowing what their job was and vice versa. But I believe just the story elements, that we hooked into almost immediately. And what we were trying to tell was a story of a knight who was a ne'er-do-well, who was sort of klutzy and didn't know quite what he was doing and wasn't very adept, trying to save a princess that was equally not adept. And so
I think that it is absolutely getting acquainted, because we were designing from a gameplay standpoint,
right,
and you were having to work from how do I bring it to life from an animation standpoint. And the problem was that sometimes what we were ending up with wasn't playable as a game. It was beautiful as a piece of film, but that they would get it back and go, he changed it. How are we gonna play with this?
The way my brain has worked in the past is that I would see something and it would come on a concept. Maybe it's just in script form or written right there, and I'd say, oh, okay. So immediately I see the visions of it and what could be. So then, in so doing, I'm not gonna let those words stop me, because we have to push further. We have to push it to a place where we get something that's really, really excellent. Which again, what you're doing is building on something that's been put underneath you. Mm-hmm. Well, those who put that there are going to feel like, oh, you don't like what I did, And it isn't that at all. But I think any creative or collaborative process that's creative is that you are building on an idea all the time. This is always happening. And if you let your ego get a little bit sensitive to that, then it kind of cripples you. You should know the ideas are going to come. They come from out there somewhere. And when they come to you, it doesn't matter who births it. It's just you want to keep going for even more if you can get it even better. And I think that's what we were going through in the beginning, was how to make the best thing game-wise and picture-wise on the screen so that the viewer could enjoy it.
Well, the other problem is we were in uncharted waters.
Completely,
So there, it was a ship without a helm sometimes, because you had never been there and we had never been there, and trying.
That was fun, though.
Trying to.
You don't know where you are.
And I think we survived it, and Dragon's Lair went on to become that unimaginable success because of the fact that we really were in uncharted waters, and I think our audience, which is the kids out there, they accepted it for what it was.
Yeah, I think that's right.
They didn't have any milestone to compare it to. I want to start that out, because we had a moviola, this little thing. It was this big. That was how that's the only way we ever saw this film, was on a moviola. The thing was about this big. Terrible, but it allowed us to see the film. And then the best we got was when we did the transfer onto a digital.
It was actually a video.
Or video format.
Yeah.
Even on 1-inch C back then, the quality was what today's television is.
It was good quality. It was better than TV. TV couldn't actually reproduce the.
But for me, I never really got to see a big screen of it.
Yeah.
And so today, when we saw it on HD, it's like, for me, it was like seeing it for the first time. It was just brilliant.
It's just
colors.
So clear.
Yeah.
Dust free.
How about you,
and of course the sound.
I'm very, very, very pleased with the HD, because to me that's what I saw all the way along we were making it. Even with the Moviola, so we saw it on a big screen. We projected in a projector. You sit on the big screen and you look at it and you see all the colors, all of the definitions, all of the lights and everything. It's all working together. So I'm used to seeing that, and so all the other formats we put this game to, I just sort of.
Because it was a lot less than what was.
I would not look at them. I would not look at them. See, I can look at this now, and I can say, oh yeah, okay, that's closer.
Well, you're a motion picture artist.
He's got a point. You are a motion picture artist. So of course he's going to look at the game differently than a programmer would. He did all the animation for the game. He's not going to look at it the same way a programmer would, because that wouldn't make any sense. Especially considering earlier, Don stated that he doesn't know anything about programming. He was brought in for his animation skills thanks to The Secret of Nymph, which he did all of the animation for. And I think that was a Disney movie, I'm not quite sure.
mean, All Dogs Go to Heaven was one of those titles. And you do it hoping that, you know, it has an attraction from just the concept or from the title of the thing. Sea Beast was one of those that just sort of rings when you hear it, the Sea Beast, you know, what is it? And some titles don't have that at all. And I think anything, we would have been glad to do anything where you tell a story, because it's the storytelling that's fun, whether it's a game or whether it's a movie. Movies are a lot of fun because they keep you employed for a long time, and you have this rising action and a climax and the falling off action, and you have really interesting characters. With a game, had it gotten to the place where you could have an interactive movie, if it had progressed to that, I would have been really...
That would have been a real challenge.
Because you know what, being passive, just sitting watching a movie and getting an opinion is all you really have. I don't think that's quite as interesting as participating in the movie somehow. Even if you're scared to death and you scream, at least you participated. But if you just sit and watch, it's not quite the thrill.
Let me share a little more of the backstory too, because when we did Secret of Nim, our composer Jerry Goldsmith took the film, or brought the film to Steven Spielberg's attention, and we had a meeting with Steven right after the completion of the showing of that. It was like August, early September of '82, and he looked at it and he says, "Gosh, I thought this died with Walt Disney. You know, the style and the lushness of it and the effects, and it was especially complimentary on the dub, which was much fuller and richer than most animated movies done before." And he said, "We need to do something together." Well, it took 2 years before he came back to us, and he came back. It's just like Rick walked in the middle of a union strike. Spielberg walks in when the game industry fell apart. Here we had a lineup of, I think Don came up in a little group of story people we had in there. Will Finn and Lorna was involved, John Pomeroy.
That's kind of what I heard too, is that Spielberg wanted to get into video games as they were starting to die back then. Like, I mean, they weren't as popular due to like the oh, what was going on then? It was the
taught, you know, morals, like the story of Cinderella, but we called it, I think, Cinderella.
I can't even remember right now. But yeah, Spielberg came in kind of late into the gaming industry, and while he did help with some games like The Dig by LucasArts, and he had his own games. He had Steven Spielberg's director's chair, which would have been 1996. As well, he helped out with the first Neverhood game, which was all clay animated, and those were cool games, but he kind of joined the industry far too late, and as the industry evolved, and he was wanting to do live-action video games, so he was wanting to do, like, he helped with Rebel Assault 2, as I recall.
So just at the time,
and then they wanted to do an Indiana Jones live-action game, and then that never happened because the sales of Rebel Assault 2 were just lacking back then. And so they kind of just steered clear. Spielberg went back to doing movies and never really looked back at video games. He kind of just, after that period, kind of just went off in his own direction and went back to movies.
Homes that are equipped to play such a game. I mean, I thought it was interesting that Digital Leisure came up with a way to play Dragon's Lair using your remote controller on your DVD player. I mean, you know, with forward, back, you know, select for the button, and kids can play it with one hand, or parents.
Yeah, it's amazing because they weren't designed to be used for that way. No one really thought of that. But
and even those 30 games that we had designed for to work with IBM for, they were educational, or they were just basically action-adventure activity games for teenagers, and then, but especially the ones that were 3 to 5 or 6-year-olds learning math, learning all the forms of math, you know, adding, subtracting, multiplication, you know, where they have to do some memorization of your timetables and your numbers. Everybody saw it as being very helpful, and I don't think it's any different today. I think that's something that done probably even in a CG format, which the kids are used to now. That was Rick's testing. I think things were animated. Some things actually were all the way to color. some weren't. I know Digital Leisure took the gargoyle sequence. We were able to find all of the pencil tests and were able to send those up to Digital Leisure, and they actually colored them and used the backgrounds and produced a version of it that the fans could all see.
Oh, that's interesting. So they did put in some deleted scenes into this remaster. That's cool.
Game enthusiasts in and
I didn't think Digital Leisure is one of my favorite game companies for remastering classic games. That's what they're known for. And I have a lot of their games, and I absolutely love this game company. They do fantastic remasters. I have the remaster of Blade Runner, Turok 1, 2, and 3. They've done a ton of digital restorations, and always really good. I think they even did the Atari collection that Stu and I streamed. That massive Atari collection. So they release really good content, and oftentimes going above and beyond. And so that's why they're a really good company to look out for remasters of classic games.
It was too difficult. Too many people were getting frustrated, and they walk away from the machine. Wouldn't put any more quarters in. So we basically just had to let it go. We didn't want to, but we found that for the average Joe Blow, just starting, that's their first impression, and if they can't be successful at it, they're not going to keep putting money into the machine. So
I think when those one-eyed tentacles came out of the water, it was really handsome to look at. At the same time, it was a shock, and they wouldn't even be thinking about what move they had to make.
And they couldn't figure it out.
So they couldn't figure it out. So and if they did figure it out, it actually jumped over the final action of that. Him breaking through and falling into the water.
A coin operator has always been a true test of the quality of a game, because you're really asking a kid to reach into his pocket and pull out more money, and the game better be really good for him to reach into his pocket and pull out more money.
We did the first test of Dragon's Lair as far as exposing it to the audience was at the March 1983 game show in Chicago, and it was such a huge hit. I think that gave everybody the impetus to keep going and get going on the next thing.
That reminds me of that story when Jim was at the show, and at the end of the show, I asked Jim, I said, well, how did it go? And he had that
Cheshire Cat
grin on his face, and I'm going, oh, God. And he goes, we booked $10 million in sales.
That's amazing. Oh. Only 3 sequences. It only had 3 playable sequences.
And that was 3 days. That was a 3-day show. And to book that kind of orders in 3 days, wow.
Especially for 1983, when that game came out. That's crazy. $10 million in sales in 1983.
It might be that.
That's pretty damn impressive.
It says "eat me and drink me," and I just thought it was just the concept was funny. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very short scene, but been a lot of requests from people that actually wanted to buy the cells and the background from that sequence. And it was funny. We never could find the background, so it went missing at some point in our careers.
For me, it was definitely the final scene.
Oh, me too.
Sequence 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, that made the game. That was the payoff.
The dragon.
No, I really think there was a real payoff there.
Probably because of all those Playboy magazines that Don was
using that was part of the payoff. Yeah,
why?
Absolutely.
I never looked at a Playboy magazine.
I found it interesting that all the kids knew about that, but there was never a peep in the press.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing that no one mentioned.
Maybe those kids recognize the poses. We've had all the artwork for almost everything we've done. The Dragon's Lair, our first film in Don's Garage, Banjo the Woodpile Cat, and pieces of all the features, and especially the last 3 were passed on to us by the owners of the product. And last year, after spending close to $500,000 over 20 years to store the stuff, we elected to donate it to one of the colleges that offer animation. So the entire archive, which would fill a 2,000, I guess you'd have to multiply it into a cube. It was very tall shelves, industrial shelves, that every shelf was filled with our archive. And that is all with the Savannah College of Art and Design and at the disposal of those art students.
Oh shit, I didn't realize there was I guess there was a Dragon's Lair movie.
3 years now. And we've had some very positive meetings with the studios. Right now, and the studios agree it shouldn't be done as a CG movie, it should be done in traditional animation like the original game. But traditional animation right now is in sort of limbo. And somebody, it's going to take a risk taker that's willing to put up the money to make one of these movies. And right now, and the news
so it's they're thinking about making one.
Starting their 2D division. Having come to the assumption that they
that makes sense.
Shut it down incorrectly. They should have.
Well, there's one vote. That's one vote for.
Yeah, and I think that if they can prove that it's profitable, there'll be other studios that jump in, because right now there's a logjam of CG projects out there, and the families can't afford to go to every one of them. I think there were 13 being released between July and September. That's almost one a week.
So we're on CG overload then.
We're on CG overload right now, so we'll see who falls out of the system. But Dragon's Lair, Don has boarded some of it already. It's a funny script. There's a comic book out. Arcana is not distributing, but they're publishing for MV Creations. They've just finished a composite of the first 3 issues that were done a couple of years ago, and Don had done the new cover for it. And they're fine. I've approved book issue 4 and 5. Those are in the pipeline. And 6, I'm waiting for the first pencils on that. But it looks really good.
And they've introduced a new dragon in the movie. It is the coolest dragon. I don't think I've ever seen a dragon like that.
The movie's actually a prequel. It's a prequel. You're going to follow Dirk from his birth until he becomes a knight.
And this dragon has amazing powers.
Don't give this away.
I won't give it away.
So keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, there you go. So that was the interview with Don Bluth and everybody else. So thank you very much to Aiden, Cyberpunk, and James for tuning into tonight's live stream of Dragon's Lair Trilogy. Again, this was a game series I grew up with as a kid, and it's great to see a remaster of it. As a kid, I was really frustrated with this game, a lot more than I was with tonight's playthrough. And while we didn't get to complete Dragon's Lair II Timewarp, we at least got to complete Dragon's Lair and Space Ace. So thank you to everybody who tuned into tonight's live stream, everybody watching after the fact. Greatly appreciate it. If you like what you see, consider liking and subscribing. I cover PS4, PS5, PC, and VR games. If any of that interests you, consider liking and subscribing. Over on my playlist section, you'll find all of my missed streams. Say, as an example, you missed my previous live stream, which was Amazon Part 1. Simply go over to my playlist section, look up Amazon, and you'll see the game in that section. And, of course, check out the Parts of the Geek Vortex podcast section, where we do our weekly podcast every Friday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Olav Productions channel. Check that out as well. That's OLLAMH Productions. And finally, I think that's it, really. Over the next couple of days, we'll obviously be streaming something else. Probably going to go back into Police Shootout, and I don't know what else. I mean, we do have Mind's Eye coming out next week, so I'll be streaming that then on the 10th of June. So we'll be checking that out on the 10th. And aside from that, I'm probably going to go into some Hero U at some point as well, which is Lori and Corey Cole's action-adventure RPG game. Yeah, we'll figure something out. And we're probably going to do some more Phasmophobia with some friends as well, since we haven't done some Phasmophobia in a while. And, of course, we'll go back into more of Forza Horizon 5. Alright, thank you very much once again, everybody. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you soon at the Gamer's Grotto. Take care and have a good night.